Good morning. My name is Tara Sue Myers. I'm the president of the Gaming Benefits Corporation. We're a benefits corporation registered in New Hampshire. The way we found you guys was that we saw a posting on the internet, or rather my partner Ross Myers did, asking if anyone was interested in building a DAO lottery. That was super exciting to us because we had already essentially done that in New Hampshire. Our mission was to bring, and is to bring, charities to the blockchain. That's why I'm here. I want to see the charities on the blockchain. So that being said, we have put together a way to deliver this kind of transparency through NGOs and primarily veteran service organizations and other nonprofit organizations. So here's this little widget. Let's just see what happens. Here's our approach. My company's mission is to authenticate corporate responsibility and nonprofit funding integrity. So we rely upon blockchain applications to do this, to execute upon that task. I need some glasses. If you look over on the right-hand side where it says regulator dashboard, this is where it all comes together, right? We want to reduce the burden on the regulator as we implement these programs, applications, and processes through our gaming work group and gaming applications for NGOs and nonprofits. We have our certified application, other than what you see in the casino floors and so forth. I'm sorry, is there a problem? I thought I was doing, okay. In any case, we have the only certified platform at the level that is available in the marketplace. If you look across all the gaming that's on the planet for raffles and nonprofits, that DAO lottery I mentioned earlier that we had pulled forward. The way we came together with the GBA was quite interesting. And you can see in the first panel discussion we had with the gaming work group, ironically, we thought, wow, there's not a gaming work group in this organization. Gaming happens to touch so many aspects of what all of these members in our organization are attempting to accomplish. My background is in veteran service organizations. I come from a military family, combat veterans, Mustang colonels, and so on. And when you have veteran service organizations like the VFW, the American Legion, that have been in existence for over 100 years, these are the organizations that help encourage us to fund huge VA expenditures to support our veterans when they return. There's always a big beef about how much money, where it goes, how effective it's used, et cetera. So the case in point is that it's great to integrate through governance itself, but we really need to integrate on the streets through the community, and that's where the VSOs live, in thousands of organizations, not just in the United States, but all over the globe. You have VFWs, American Legions in almost every country, or at least every continent around the world. Their mission is, of course, to do a lot more than what you might expect. But at the same time, they have this unique opportunity in charitable gaming because they have their own body of law to participate in games of chance to raise money for their mission. This is an educational seminar, so if you're not familiar with the gaming industry in the United States, you may be familiar with state-sponsored lotteries. New Hampshire is the first state to legalize a lottery, and they did it for education. And if you look across the board for lotteries for education in our country, there's not a heck of a lot of accountability, right? You think it's going to education, but it may not be. In some states, it's going to the general fund. In other states, it's going to a coffer they can't even account for. So it's really important for us to address that need to localize and mobilize charitable gaming on a lottery for the nonprofits in the community. You're familiar with casino gaming. You've got Atlantic City, of course, Vegas, those big casino companies that are out there who have the right to legally game in certain jurisdictions. And then you have the tribal gaming that's handled through state compacts and, of course, the federal government itself. They, too, are not very well mobilized. They're kind of on lockdown in their own tribal community and could greatly benefit from mobilization of gaming. And then, of course, you have the horse and dog track racing. It's a dying sport. The OTB, that means off-track betting. That's another form of gaming that exists in our country. And then sports betting. How many of you are familiar with what's happening in sports betting today in the United States? 2, 3, 4, so you guys know. So here we go. We got sports betting that's been legalized. Why is that? That is because in New Hampshire, the Department of Justice got taken down, right, with their ruling on their interpretation of the Wire Act. Basically, what they were trying to say was that the Wire Act applied to all gaming, not just sportsbook. And once this whole battle played out, we discovered that the real meaning of the Wire Act, this interpretation that we wanted to revert back to, is that it isn't about all gaming. It is only about sportsbook, because if it was about all gaming, then the Mega Millions, the Powerballs would be illegal. This is a huge coup, because now sportsbook has opened up in over 20 markets in the US. It's at a breakneck speed, mobilizing sportsbook, taking the game online, bringing that accountability. And in the meantime, the charities are being left behind. Okay, these are the organizations that do the work in our community in a variety of ways, and they are the ones that need to be mobilized in addition to, or even in advance of, the big DraftKings, FanDuel, and so on and so forth. And these folks need corporate responsibility footprints, right? So this was really exciting for us. We saw it coming before it happened, and we got prepared. Now, my background in veteran service has been to mobilize my veteran service organizations for about 20 years. Before blockchain took off, it was all about blogs and blogging and networking and getting online and making that communications available to everybody. What happened with COVID, because it was really difficult to get my grandparents to adopt things like websites and email back in the day, but COVID really pushed the envelope because it made it so glaringly obvious that the charities were suffering without mobilization. And you've probably read about it in the papers and so on. But what's ironic is that the casino industry, it didn't tank quite as much as it maybe could have, thanks to mobile gaming. And the casino industry, even now, had made so much money by virtue of the fact that their games were online. Even though their doors were closed, they've been able to rake in the dough over the past 6 months here in 2021. But now, as the COVID moves things forward, the Wire Act has come down, our mission is to pull charitable gaming along. We have to justify, and it is well justified in the marketplace, especially when you look at some organizations that have been active for so long. These are the folks that need to take their gaming to the next level online, and we can do it with blockchain as they look to bring more games to the internet. So here's our approach, is to take the charitable gaming marketplace, integrate it with blockchain technology, deliver our platform, because we're this, if you look at all the books, all the legislated rights to game for charities, it's this antiquated body of law. There's some pages are just, it's like one page in New Hampshire, online raffles are in the Missouri State Constitution, you've got it legal in several states, and this has only happened in the last few months, while Sportsbook has been taking all the energy up front and saying, let's mobilize, let's get out there. Online raffles are becoming legal in more and more states around the country. This is our opportunity. When we met the GBA, we're like, gosh, you guys are a nonprofit. You got to benefit as well. We should have our own nonprofit to benefit from charitable gaming and help fund everything that we're trying to do here in this organization. So, in what we are combining here is this energy that we've picked up over all these work groups that we've met in the organization. But we're staying true to our roots in the gaming work group, which is veteran service. It's a great tip of the spear, guys, because what people often don't understand is that the veterans are not fighting for you. They're fighting for the United States Constitution. That's their boss. It isn't you. It's the Constitution. And so we use the Veteran Service Organization to help bolster up their membership and their management and bring accountability to the organization, while at the same time integrating with this fundraising that's available on the books. 100 years old, as I mentioned. Organizations like the VFW are the reason VAs exist. And ironically, their mission is national defense and youth development. This is really key for us because we are addressing national defense, youth development, mobile fundraising through our platform using gaming as an entry point. So is anybody in here a veteran? 2, 3 veterans in the room. Yeah, that's about statistically correct. Here's our project deliverables. Charitable gaming, number 1. My company has built platforms for online raffles. We are leveraging our technology to help benefit the GBA. The GBA shall serve as a distributor of online raffles to governments. And we can take those online raffles and provide a regulator dashboard so that all stakeholders can see where the game is in real time, not waiting for a report to come over mail or be sent by a courier. The donor can direct the funding, the organization can manage their volunteers, and the jurisdiction can oversee all transactions online with our regulator dashboard held on the government business blockchain platform. So the charitable gaming space in general is most familiar to you maybe through bingo, Lucky 7 pull tabs, and things of this nature that generally are not mobile games. While social media, sportsbook, and other casino industries or gaming industries take advantage, this is our method: decentralized, autonomous, online raffles, or lotteries. The second deliverable is resilient 5G communications. It's great to be able to move everyone's media, communications, and fundraising online, but it's absolutely worthless if you cannot communicate. In the military, in order to be successful, you need to be able to shoot, move, and communicate. We don't want anybody shooting with guns. We're going for drones, camera technology. And this is a very nice segue into our drone esports. So what we envision is this 5G infrastructure, resilient node communications to support national security for the veteran service organizations that operate our applications. In this way, with the resilient 5G blockchain nodes, we would like to see the United States have the most powerful, most resilient blockchain on the planet. This blockchain is impervious to loss of power or loss of internet. The key is software-defined radio and the proper engineering to set up the infrastructure so that communications can still occur even in disaster mode. And that is the bottom line. You know, it's great to have ideas, but what's more important is that we have action. Veteran service organizations provide brick-and-mortar locations all over the globe, as I mentioned. These are the perfect place to install that 5G infrastructure, these fundraising platforms, and this very important development for education. We're using drone as a Trojan horse for all education, but the drone training fits nicely with esports gaming, which our member Ashley Cribb, he is our project lead for the esports gaming, so that's his responsibility. And we're bringing in the actual tutorials, the certified training, and workforce development so that people don't have to be anywhere personally and they can get online and learn how to operate drones. And even taking it so far as developing with other work group affiliates within the GBA, such as the micro maker spaces, the 3D printing of 3D drones with Maria Escala, who works with the Enable Alliance to integrate that technology. And then, of course, the final deliverable that we're working towards is the 501c3 organization to support the GBA, so that we can go after grants, funding, and support that usually is only earmarked for those types of organizations. I've, of course, been bogged down with a lot of other things for the organization, but we have established the nonprofit in Washington, D.C. Our 501c3 is pending approval of our bylaws within this organization. The 501c3 is the Government Blockchain Foundation, which if you registered for this event, you visited the website to purchase your ticket or to make your reservation. The idea is that we can help fund every work group project of merit through this and let the members have a voice through money, of course, and give people an ability to participate through charity with the GBA. So I know I have to cut it really short. I'm really grateful that I had the moment to visit with you all today. You can visit me at the parlor room, the Eleanor Roosevelt Library at the Whittemore House. And now for some songs. No, I'm joking, guys. That's all. All right?